Alright guys, so this is 1970 Wildcat rear defrost for a convertible. So I'm actually surprised that this Wildcat had a defrost in that for the convertible, but it's pretty nice, guys. So I don't know if this works or not. So I already took this there, comes off of here, and what's going on is that this is all boogered up here. So this is loose. So I wanted to get this out of here. So I want to test this motor. The motor actually looked like it still would be good, but I want to test it. But guys, what I got to do here is that I want to get this all sandblasted and painted. Then I got to flatten this out. Then I got to loosen up the two nuts here so I could get this tightened back down. And the only way to do that is to take this cover apart. So it's got tabs on here. So I want to bend these tabs. I don't want to, hopefully none of them will break. But let me get a smaller screwdriver here. Oh, okay, so smaller screwdriver I can get in here. Get all of these separated. Alright, so now this is all tore apart here, guys. So if I test this motor and this motor don't work, then I got to try to find either another motor. I was talking to Ray, my friend Ray, over at Busted Knuckle Garage, and I was asking him about it, and he said sometimes you can take these are loose, kind of go in there, and if the bearings and whatever, the gear, you know, I forget the name of it, but it's stuck in here. He said you can get it to work loose, but it turns. So I'm thinking, and it's not loose, so I'm thinking this is good. But like I said, I did want to straighten this out, you know, all of this out here, because it's all, so I want to hammer and flatten this out. And even this thing, this is all bent. So I want to hammer and straighten this out, and if it come loose, then I'll re-weld. But it looked like it just needs to be hammered and dollied, and then I'm gonna sandblast all of these pieces and paint them, guys. So this is a rear defrost, fan defrost for the 70 Wildcat convertible. All right, so just putting this on a flat surface. Alright, same thing with this here. I'm going to just close my vise up together. Alright, so now that's all hammered out flat there. Alright, so I need to be able to get in here in different areas and tap down. So sometimes you can put your dolly in a vise there just to make sure you can get in and get to those corners the way you want them. Yeah, no, that's beautiful there. Just really get that flattened out the way you want it. Alrighty. Alright, so this piece goes into here. It's got the magnet, comes out on top. It had this brass bushing that fitted on top there with this clip that holds that in place. So it's got the springs that's got to go in there, and then I got to put this piece back in place and then put this back on. But I inspected this. I see nothing wrong with this. Nothing wrong with the wires here. Everything looked good, so I'm gonna clean this out with I'm gonna clean this whole thing off with brake cleaner and put her back together. So I am noticing that these are loose, the connections here. So I'm gonna press down on this. I'm trying to press down on this and get this yeah, get these where they're not moving as much. Make sure they're gonna connect. Wow. Let me get this together here, guys. Alright, so I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing here. I'll try to get this spring compressed in here. Then, hoping I don't mess nothing up here, guys. But now I want to try to see if I can tape that in place. So far, that one worked. As long as it don't pop back out. And hopefully I won't tear the wire trying to get it out of there, guys. So, alright, let me flip this around the other way. And I took a brake cleaner and sprayed this armitage, whatever they call them. I sprayed this all down. With brake cleaner. Wish I could say this is easy, guys, but then you got to make sure this is flipped around the right way. And I think this is it here. There we go. Alright, so I'll get that in there, then I'm gonna tape that down. Still getting stuck there. There we go. Took a little finesse in there. But now I want to pull this tape off slowly. Hopefully the wire stays intact. I peel this back towards the wire instead of up, because I don't want it to rip or tear the wire. So I'm going to peel this back this way, and that way it shouldn't put a stress on trying to pull that, get that wire off of there. Alright, so now I got that on there. That's turning freely. Now also, guys, what I'm thinking was wrong was that these connection here was loose and was moving after years. Okay, I want to just make sure that they still tight. So I had to take a screwdriver and I pried them down on there to make sure that those connections are on there. Alright guys, so that's that. Now I'm going to inspect my wires, make sure everything's okay. So then also I put a magic marker there, and then I put it magic marker here, so I know that these two holes go together. So this is a strong magnet in here too, guys. It's pretty doggone strong. But I gotta get that up through there. Alright. So then there's two slots here for wires too. So I don't want to pinch these wires at all, guys. But these wires here, there's two slots. So I want to get these wires where they need to be. Thing is that I want to have this on here. I'm going to make sure this thing is still turning. Alright, so then I took a pin and lined both the holes up here, guys, just to make sure they're exactly where I need them to be. Then I come and I turn this, make sure this is turning. Now I'm gonna go over to the vise and I'm gonna go over to the vise and clamp this thing down. Alright guys, so looking at this now, I could turn this with my hand where I couldn't turn it before. So I had to get in here, guys, and I know this was took apart before because when I started, all of these wasn't clamped down like they needed to be. So somebody went in here before and did something, or because, you know, the whole casing and everything, all of this was bent up when I started. So somebody went in here and tried to do something for whatever reason, but I couldn't get this thing to turn before like it's turning now by hand. So hopefully this thing will work when I put the battery to it. So I'm gonna place these, push these in here. It's hard to get this to work, but see if I can get these pushed in here. Alright, so now I got them in there. Put this thing around now. Okay. I don't know if you can see that, but this battery might not be enough. But I don't know if my connections. So anyway, I know this is moving. I know this is working, guys. When I get it hooked back up in the car, look at this. Let me just sit this on here so you can see that this thing is at least turning now. Oh, there we go. Alright, so there it is, guys. She smelled good. She's turning good. She wouldn't turn at first. I'm gonna come in and finish this up now. Alright guys, so after I get these parts painted up, get the covers painted, and then this motor is working now, so that's a good thing, man. I just tore it apart. Look at that. Couldn't get it to turn by hand before. But man, now I know I ain't got to go out searching for one of these. Alright, so now I'm putting these parts in etching primer. Okay guys, so you know, like all the rust that was on here, I'm pretty much getting it off. So then I'll treat it with the metal treatment. You know, I could just clear this with some urethane, you know, with the clear, but yeah, I don't know, just paint it black, be done with it, and it at least have protection on it, guys. So alright, you don't see this anyway. Alright, real quick, all I'm doing is just using the angle grinder with the disc on, little Harbor Freight disc. You can get them anywhere though. Yeah, that's why I like to take pictures before I start, because I'm not really figuring out if this wire should be on this back side or not, but as long as the wire reach, and I'm gonna put it on the opposite side away from where the holes plug into here, So I just think that's the way it's gonna go. All right, fire in the hole. Oh, that baby is working. All right, guys, so I'm not gonna go over to the vise, but all you wanna do is just, you wanna make sure all of these are straightened out. All these tabs are straightened out here. All right, so real quick, I'm gonna just get these started with the hammer. That's why I'm gonna paint this thing one last time. I just wanted to get a coat on there so I could get the motor on there. All right, let's see. You hear it? Oh, she's moving. That's it, guys. She's working. So, all right, guys. So now this thing is painted. Like I said, I used a can of spray paint, engine paint that I had from like 10 years ago, $5.99. The direct acrylic paint is so expensive, guys, that it really wasn't worth me painting this or going out and buy black paint. I got some black direct acrylic gloss, but why use that? Use up this old stuff. It's old Ford red that back in the day when I couldn't figure out what Buick red it was, I used to paint my Buick pieces Ford red, and it's just a brighter red, but this part is not going to be seen, guys, but it's nice, painted, protected, and the good thing is that it works. I don't have to go out and spend 50, 100, 200 bucks for a motor that I tore apart. This is my first time doing this, guys. I have never done this before. I just said, hey, let me go in here and try to do this before I spend some money. You know, yes, it took me like 5, 6 hours to do this with painting it and everything, sandblasting, painting, taking it apart, you know, cleaning. But hey, I was able to get this done with a little or no money. You know, just more of my time. Still plenty of paint in there for other parts that you'll never see. Use these old cans of spray paint. Get rid of it. It's just sitting around. This baby look good, nice and red. You ain't gonna see it tucked away in the trunk of this 70 Wildcat convertible, guys. But the rear defrost is working, guys. And remember, I'm gonna do this. The 70 Wildcat convertible will roll again. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for tuning in, man.